And let me unmute everybody. Actually, everybody can unmute themselves. I can't do it, but we are recording already.
Sorry about that. I looked at the meeting notice and I was like, oh yeah, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's okay.
My days blend together. Sorry.
Yes, they do. Okay, you're all set, Deb.
Okay, so we'd like to call the meeting to order. It's 6:05 p.m. I just want to let everyone know
Neither are you.
that the meeting is being recorded.
Oh, you're not on.
All righty, let's have approval of minutes. Well, actually, members are absent. Linda Cartier is not here. And our recording secretary, Russell Anzavino, is also not here. Let's look at the minutes we need approval of the minutes on June 9th. No, that's not June 9th, that's wrong. That's July.
Sorry.
Minutes,
Yep.
July 15th.
July 14th.
Yep. I'll entertain a motion when you're ready.
Randy and Joe need to unmute themselves, or we can't hear you.
Yep, I got it.
I move to accept the minutes from the July 14th meeting.
Second.
There you go. There you go.
Any discussion? No. All right, so all those, seeing no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. All right, we move on to public input. Anybody that is on have any questions or concern like you'd like to bring up to the board right now? Gail or Mary? No.
Nobody?
I have a question.
Who's that? Who's talking, Joe?
Yeah,
Okay.
yes. On the next time we lose on power over here for a long length of time, when Shania comes in the next day, can she knock on doors?
To do what?
Some people are on oxygen, just a welfare check.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Is there a generator?
We only have a generator for the community room.
At both places?
No, we're still working on the generator for Depot Court.
So what does somebody do if they're on oxygen?
Most of the residents that have oxygen, I only know of two off the top of my head. One at each development. They normally have bottles that don't require electricity. But we are on National Grid's list as a priority. But we did not get power for almost a 24-hour period. So they really would need to go to someone's house, or they can come in here as long as they like right now it's hard because we're technically closed. But I did have the resident that lived here that I know of ask if they could come into the community room.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you hold on a second? I don't think Mary's unmuted.
Well, she doesn't have to unmute herself unless she has a question.
Well, I know, but I think somebody wanted to say something. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, she's all set.
I'm in. I have a question.
Mary, is that you? You have a question?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
When is this going to be, when is the community room going to be open?
Damn it.
The community room technically can be open. However, we cannot allow anyone to be in there because you can only have 7 people. And those 7 people have to be 6 feet apart. You have to wear a mask. You will not be able to touch anything because we have to clean it after you're in there. So you can't have food, you can't have snacks, you can't have coffee, because I can't, unfortunately, I'm sure that someone in your group would do it, but I can't trust that everyone would clean up after themselves properly according to the state guidelines. We literally have to sanitize.
How long is this supposed to last?
We have not
Forever?
gotten any more information on the next phase.
Monique, what phase would that happen to come in? Is that phase 3?
Phase 4.
Holy smokes, because we just got pushed back to that phase, right?
I think that they took away part 1 and we're just in regular phase 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Monique,
Yes.
we need to get into the closet. We have
I will
a lot
I will
of
be
personal
there on
stuff in it.
Friday, Gail.
Okay, because we can't get those chairs out.
You can come see me on Friday. I'll be there. I'm going to be doing inspections in building 20 at
Okay,
9:30, and I'll be there my regular time, 8 o'clock, and I'll be there all day till my regular time, 2:30. Okay.
yay, we'll be happy to see you.
Just don't forget, you can't come in sit in my office. You
Oh,
gotta be
no
6
problem.
feet away.
That's all right, I'll yell through the door.
Okay.
Yeah, and phase 4, I think, requires there to be a vaccine, right?
I don't know anything about the vaccine. I have my own personal opinions about that, so
Mm-hmm.
it's not
Well,
the appropriate forum for that.
I just mean for everything to move into phase 4, there has to be a vaccine. So that
That's
kind
what-
of,
Yeah.
if you're kind of wondering when things can open up, really, I think probably not until there is a vaccine.
I got word that phase 4 full open is not till 2021 at some point.
Wow. Okay, I thought it was 8 or less,
Down till then.
It's capacity
right? 6 feet apart?
for an indoor.
No, just
Facility?
talking, yeah, just talking about bingo. That's it.
I understand, but if I let you do bingo, I have to let everybody do bingo. And the bingo here is more than 8 people and I can't allow it.
Oh.
I understand how the tenants feel. My son's wedding is postponed and now canceled. So I truly understand. Yeah, she's
My
upset.
daughter's wedding is postponed too.
Yeah, well, we're not having the actual wedding. We're having the ceremony and dinner because we can only have 25 people. And the 25 people is including the servers from the restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I can't even have my future son-in-law at my son's wedding because he's 26.
Sandy, I just confirmed it. You are correct. Where phase 4 is effective upon the development of vaccines and treatment.
Right.
Well, not all of us are gonna take the vaccine.
That's correct.
It
but
doesn't mean that you have to have it. It's just it has to be
available.
available before things will move into phase 4.
I'll be
It doesn't mean you
grounded
personally have to have it.
forever. No, I'll be grounded forever.
Yeah.
All right, any other concerns?
Is there a way to do bingo outside?
Well, we are doing it now already.
Oh, okay. It just gets
Figured it
hot.
out.
It's hot as hell.
Yeah,
Mm.
And if it rains, we got an issue.
right. Yeah.
We manage.
Okay, so let's move on to correspondence. Executive Director's contract review comes back to haunt us again.
Are you serious?
Yes. I'll explain a little bit. They were going to deny it outright. I spoke to the asset manager, or actually her title is Housing Management Specialist. She requested some items. I sent them to her. Mary, can you mute yourself, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I gave her what she asked for, and then I got this. So the first two items, I have no problem. It requires just the board did vote for the salary at those hours. I do have transcript from that, so that's not a problem. The cover sheet got attached to somebody's paperwork somewhere, signed, which is fine, we can re-sign it. However, the third item, I do not totally agree with. My feeling is it's a negotiated contract, and I don't understand how DHCD has the right to demand this. First of all, I went back to the approved personnel policy, which does award the 2 half-days. It doesn't award the Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving, which I don't have an issue giving it up. I have, as you well know, I have a lot of time. I can take a day. It's not a big deal. However, I have probably in 2016 submitted our new quote unquote personnel policy to the old housing management specialist and never got a response. So I'm not sure. I did not get a response back from either Lisa Taylor or Laura Taylor regarding this. I asked that it be ready for tonight, and as I said, I did not get a response. It is on hold until I get an answer to the issue about the approved DHCD personnel policy.
Or your whole approval of your contract all on hold?
Well, it says that it substantially meets the requirements with those exceptions.
Okay.
It says they're sending the original contracts back, so I assume that they're not signed by them.
Okay. So
I have a legal written contract negotiated with the board, so I'm not, as we discussed in years past, I'm not concerned at this point. Just, I'll get an answer eventually from somebody.
So bottom line, what's the worst that can happen if we don't get this approved?
Nothing. I didn't have my last contract approved by them either.
Well, we'll just wait on them to get back to you and then maybe deal with it at the next meeting?
Right.
Okay. All right.
I don't understand how they say they don't make the contracts, but then they don't approve it until it's exactly the way they want it.
Right. So what I want to say in response back to them is, just tell me what you want.
Yeah. It's like, why don't they just say we make the contracts?
Right.
That's crazy.
I thought the Army was bad.
Yeah.
How I don't have a concept of time. How it feels like it's been years. Has it been years we've been trying?
Years. This is the 4th year. So I've already gone through a 3-year cycle. This is the new 3-year cycle.
This is crazy.
And the last cycle, we had 3 responses back from them for things that we didn't agree to. So this time around, I said, okay, they're the same issues. I'll take them out. I don't even care anymore. And they still didn't solve the problem. Now it's something totally different.
They still wanted to have their 3 issues.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll we'll wait to hear back next time, and I'm sure they'll okay one and then give us something else.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll move on to new business. Looks like we have a bunch of resolutions, 5 of them. We'll have to take them one at a time. I'll need a motion and then a second, and then we can discuss it and take it from there. So we're looking at
A
resolution.
motion to accept?
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I need a motion to accept resolution 2020-11.
Okay. Motion to accept resolution 2020-11, write off tenant accounts receivable.
Can I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. Any discussion on this?
Again, just being newer to the board, I mean, is this pretty typical, or is this different than what we would typically see?
No, I looked at the last time we wrote off for the tenant side, and it was pretty close to the same exact number.
Especially where like 3 of them have passed away. That's kind of hard to get our money when someone passed away.
Yeah, and I literally had people tell me, good luck with that.
Yeah. All right.
And the evicted one is actually old. We wrote off part of her debt when she moved out originally moved out. It's an old debt. We did not put her, that's all her move out. Ooh. That's all her move out charges. She was literally evicted by the sheriff and the mover. So that's all the moving, storage, the sheriff, all that.
All righty. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Does this have to be signed, actually?
I'll have to have probably Linda come in because it's all chairperson on there.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have resolution 2020-12, write-off from Massachusetts rental voucher program accounts. Receivable, 2 of them, $1,218.30 for a total of $1,248.
Do we have to make a motion on this one?
Yes, you do.
Motion to accept resolution 2020-12, write off Massachusetts rental voucher program accounts receivable.
Second.
Randy, was that you second?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Any discussion on this? So Monique, when we say left the program totally gone, not taking any Massachusetts money at all anymore?
One of them totally left the program. The other person claims that she actually is in another program, but the agency would not work with me. They actually housed her with the debt. They knew about it. Yep.
Wow.
So the only way to fight it is to go to small claims, and I have to do some research on it.
Okay.
I'm not an attorney, so I'm not quite sure how to go to small claims.
Which debt is that, the 30 or the 1218?
The 1218. I don't think I can get a $30 small claims.
I
They're
didn't
probably
think
not
so
worth
either.
it.
But if we always write this off and we happen to go after, we can still go after even though
Absolutely.
this is just
Yeah.
on for the books purposes.
This is just an accounting
Okay.
line.
Okay. All right, so I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, motion carries. We move on to
The next one?
Yep, resolution 2020-13, write
So-
off housing voucher accounts receivable, $1,312. I'll take a motion.
Motion to accept resolution 2020-13, write off housing choice voucher accounts receivable.
Second.
Any discussion?
So this was just a different program, is that?
Section 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, motion carries. Now we move on. 2020-14, approval of work order, scope of services and payment for services. The emergency generator.
Motion to accept 2020-14 approval of work order scope and services and payment for services. Fish number 025060667-1, emergency generator.
Second.
Any discussion? I actually have something, Monique. When you look on the second page, it says from October 24th, 2019.
Yes.
So was this for the generator at Rentham?
No, at Depot. It's at Depot. It just got held up.
Oh, okay. So this is gonna, when we approve this, this will go into their community center and then they'll be online with a generator?
Right. Just the community room at Depot. Yep.
Okay. And once we approve this and take care of it, how long will it take for them to get this going?
It's probably only a 60 or 90-day project. It's not a long term, I don't believe.
Okay.
The only long-term project we have right now is the fire alarm panels, and they're still fighting about it.
Okay.
But it could take up to 90 days.
There's
You said-
always a time, yeah, to put a generator in. I don't think it'll take that long, but I'm just thinking of how contractors are.
But it'll be there like for the winter. We tend to
Correct.
lose power more than.
And honestly, this is the first storm we've lost power in a long time.
Yeah.
Well, this will be good because then both places, the community places will be all set. And if they have to
Right.
go anywhere, they have that.
Yep.
Okay.
And how many bids were accepted on this?
I'd have to go into Cap Hub and look at it.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Okay.
I can give you that information. It's okay.
Okay. All righty. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. So that's 4 yays and 2 nays, and I guess 1 abstain, right, Linda? No, she's absent. Linda will be absent.
Yeah, it will just be 1 absent.
Okay. All right.
Before you start the next resolution, I want to table it, and it's actually, yeah, the draft is way too drafty. There's too many things on it that I don't like. I didn't have a chance to actually dig into a review with it. I wanted to get it into the packet, and I don't like it, so next month's meeting.
Okay. All right. So do I need a motion to table this, Monique, or no?
Yes.
Joe's shaking his head.
Okay. So I need a motion to table resolution 2020-15, community space policy draft till our next meeting.
So moved.
Anyone second?
Second the motion.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay. Seeing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. We'll table that to next meeting.
Okay.
All right. The treasurer's report. Has that everybody had a chance to look over the treasurer's report? And if anyone has any questions on that, feel free to ask.
Andy, anything that stood out on this? Anything out of the ordinary?
No. I'm looking for some big items,
Okay.
but I don't think so. The workers' comp insurance was paid. for the next year. It's about $5,000. We usually get an adjustment in a few months when they actually look at real payroll.
Monique, what's that Hamden Tech software, the Housing Authority software? Is that just like an
That's-
thing or something?
That's our software to run the housing authority, like the tenants and the work orders. It's housing authority only software.
Is that like a yearly charge? Like a yearly-
Quarterly.
what-
Quarterly.
Holy moly, okay.
That's cheap.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question on payroll?
Yep.
So I could just never have noticed this before, but I don't, what is pager? Like there's sometimes hourly, then there's pager overtime.
So pager is technically the on-call cell phone. It's just named pager. Years ago, it used to be you had a pager.
Okay.
They get paid $50 a week. The two staff rotate.
Oh, so that's why it keeps switching.
Right. And
Okay.
then
I never noticed
they-
that before.
if they get called in, it's a minimum of an hour of overtime.
Okay, so that's why we see overtime in here?
Most of the time, it's just due to the on-calls.
Okay.
Because it just looks like my memory may not. It looks like the overtime every time is more than the hourly.
Yeah, 'cause it's time and a half. So
Oh, that's the rate.
Yeah.
I got it. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm good. I have seen this before.
Yeah, so
Ugh.
see it, Sandy? That's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been teaching all day. My brain is fried. I have no more questions. I'm good.
Anybody have any questions on the treasurer's report? Okay, we can move to the accountant's report. If anyone sees anything that's jumping out to them, feel free. It's actually looking pretty good, Monique.
Yeah, I kind of think so. I need to move on my capital expenditures, but other than that, it seems pretty good on my first glance.
Yeah, I know, it looks real, I think it looks pretty good.
The fraud recoveries?
Mm-hmm. That's for participants who didn't report changes to their income. The housing authority actually gets to keep 50% of it. The other half goes back to either DHCD or HUD.
So when it's in the parentheses, I always get confused with when things are in the parentheses.
So it should be under
So that's on page 3.
page
Yeah.
3. So that's section 8. And that would be income. So if it's a negative, let's see, we vary actual to date, budget to date. We have more money than he budgeted.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he only expected us to get $109 and we actually collected $749.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good.
All right, anybody else have any questions on the accountant's report? All righty, so we'll move to the executive director's report. And
Nothing exciting except our vacancy rates. We've had a few people move out. One moved out in the middle of the night.
Hmm.
One was illegal. The tenant actually abandoned the unit.
Oh,
It's been a lot of meetings, a lot of training. A lot of most of the places are doing online training now, so it works out well to get some training in. Tenants' accounts receivable is finally coming down.
What changed on that to kind of get things moving in the right direction?
People moved out. It actually will probably stay a little bit stable at this point because one of the abandoned units did owe rent, and that it's a new receivable, so it won't show up on the write-off. But some of this will go away because a few of the write-offs are on here. I think people are just paying what they owed. I don't know what happened last month.
Perfect.
And then the time off report is mostly for Mrs. Cartier. She's not here. I did put in a little cheat sheet for Robert's rules, and it mainly has to do with doing electronic meetings for your information, and then the emergency contact information. Obviously, that's personal identifying information on here, and it is confidential with the exception of the vendor information, but it is good to have the board members aware of our personal information and how to get in touch with us, or our emergency contacts if something should happen to one of us. I did update with the new staff, Heidi and Shania, and I also updated with new vendors for Comcast and National Grid, which we ran into when we lost our power.
I'm back. Sorry.
Ooh. Somebody's ringing.
It's my neighbor.
It's your neighbor?
Yeah, they're calling. I'll call them back in a minute.
Okay. That's all she wrote.
all right. Does anyone have any questions on the executive director's report or the employee time report? Okay. Any other business that may legally come before the board at this time? Okay, so we have the next meeting, Monique, you're saying September 8th,
Correct.
location TBA, but can we meet, when can we eventually meet in person?
It's either outside or in a space big enough to hold the board, the director, and the public.
Oh,
So, and that's 8 people in our community room. I don't think that would be enough space.
and that wouldn't even allow any outsiders to come in, correct?
No.
All right, so most likely we're gonna be zooming in again on September 8th.
I kind of think so.
Okay, all right. All righty. Is everyone good? All right, so I could have a motion to close the meeting at 6:38.
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, everyone have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you September 8th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Monique, call me tomorrow if you need me.